Welcome to the Crush It in Sales podcast. I'm your host, Melinda Van Fleet. This podcast focuses on the intersection of sales, leadership, and personal development. Now let's get ready to dig in and crush it. Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thanks for tuning in this week. I know there's a lot of podcasts out there, so I really appreciate everyone that tunes in. And I'm also always hopeful that you share it with a friend or family member or coworker that may appreciate this podcast and hopefully it benefits someone out there. It's kind of crazy all the stuff that keeps happening. And I've read this quote, I've seen it on Pinterest, and it's a quote from Dolly Parton. And it's, if you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. How true is that? And I think more and more we should be thinking about that and trying to share a smile, share something positive, share some kindness, share some love. And it's a little challenging because, we all are wearing face masks. And I have been, I guess, pretty lucky that I've been wearing a face shield since April. One of my very good customers gave me a ton of face masks and some face shields, and it's really been helpful as far as navigating through meeting with clients and customers. And now some of these stores are cracking down on that and want a cloth mask, which is, I could go on and on about that in regards to mental health and cleanliness and people sneezing in their mask, in their cloth mask. But anyhow, so it's more and more apparent that we need a little bit more smiles and a little bit more happiness. And something that happened last week to me was kind of amazing. And it's in regards to a trademark attorney. I'm working on a new trademark for my husband's business, and I've worked on trademarks before. We have a few trademarks. If you know anything about sport fishing, you know it's extremely competitive, and we have lots of plans. And so we have some different trademarks out there for various things. So this isn't like a new process for me. However, this trademark attorney from Virginia called and was frantically calling me and frantically emailing me with some questions for some things that the third party had submitted incorrectly. So I ended up having a conversation with her, and it was a little stressful, to be honest with you. And she then emailed me what I needed, I gather is what I needed. I let it sit for a couple days because I had to walk away. It was stressful how she behaved towards me in regards to trying to get this information. And I had to walk away. I need to work on some other things anyways. And I came back on a day that was a little more quiet where I was at home, and I had to call her because I could not understand what she wanted. It was very confusing. And my husband was sitting next to me. Our desks are next to each other. And after a half an hour on the phone with this woman, this trademark attorney who works for the government, I hung up. And my husband looked right at me and he goes, "She is miserable." Yes. People can tell if you're miserable. People can tell. People can tell. It's Salesperson 101. When you pick up the phone, have a smile on your face. Have a smile on your face. Because people know, they can feel that energy through the phone. They can feel that you hate your job. They can feel that they don't want to help you. They can feel that they thought she treated me like I was a fly on the wall and I needed to go away. In the meantime, I'm trying to get something done for her job that she had called me about, but then she wouldn't help me. It was absolutely a nightmare. And luckily, I'm a very strong person and stood my ground in terms of trying to get it done on the phone and thought I had accomplished it. However, today, when I was coming home from a local appointment, I saw the phone ring, and it was the 571 area code from Virginia. And my anxiety level went through the roof. And sure enough, it was her. In her haste of not helping me properly on the phone, There's still something that I didn't complete on the form that she needs in order to get this trademark passed through. Again, in her haste of not wanting to help me on the phone, there's still something not completed on the form that she needs in order to get done. She was so quick to try to get me off the phone and so unhelpful last week that I still didn't get what was needed to be done on the form. Let's all go back to basics, people. Let's all go back to basics on trying to help somebody and not trying to pass them off to technical support, because it had absolutely nothing to do with technical support. And I told her that several times. I was not going to hang up with her and call technical support because it wasn't a technical support issue. I truly did not understand all the legal jargon on the form that she was telling me I needed to fill out. And obviously, I still didn't do something correctly. So now, in her lovely voicemail that she left me, it still is telling me that I need to call someone else. So hopefully this other help desk that I will call tomorrow morning when I have a fresh mind and I've given this some rest will truly be helpful, and I'll be sharing my story. But it's Salesperson 101. Have a smile on your face. Have a smile on your face when you pick up the phone and talk to a customer. Be happy. Be in a good place energy-wise. And if you're not, save it for another day. Take a break. Do you need to take a break? Do you need to go for a walk? Do you need to just be outside a little bit and smell the fresh air? Do you need to take a shower? Do you need to go have lunch with a friend? Do something. Do whatever your heart feels that you need to do to take a break and walk away before you pass your bad, negative energy onto someone that doesn't deserve it. They truly don't deserve it. It is Salesperson 101. It's Leadership 101. That's why I've always thought it's great when management has a door. Honestly, as a former manager, sometimes you need that door. And when, several years ago, companies were moving to these office air environments like it was so cool, honestly, no, it's great if a manager who's under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, they might have just had a big meeting and the numbers aren't there or something else has happened. There's always a fire. Sometimes it's great if that manager can just shut the door. And therefore, they're not taking it out on their team. They're not snapping at their team, because that is what can happen. They'll end up snapping at their team and it won't be their team's fault. And here, then that team member walks back to their desk with, not such a great experience. And we don't want that to happen. So take a break. Take a break. It's okay to walk away and take a break. And right now, with everything going on, it's not getting any better. Take a break. I'm really hopeful that people are able to take a break for a weekend. I know someone I work with, she's been a little stressed, and I was just so happy that I just saw an email from her that her and her family went away for the weekend and they were able to get out of their house. That was amazing. And I hope that more and more people realize that it's great when people can take a vacation. It's great when people can go outside and go for a walk or go to the beach and realize what it's like when people can't, when people have to wear a mask all day and just be at work all day. People need a break. We're all human and we all need a break. So I'm sending love and light to my U.S. patent attorney friend, who I will save her name, and I hopefully never have to speak to her again, because it's honestly not a great use of my energy, right? But I'm sharing this podcast because I feel strongly that I'm not alone. And there's a lot of people out there probably struggling with a coworker situation or client situation where people aren't smiling or not in a great place in terms of energy. And they need to know that it's okay. And if it's you, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break, walk away, go have dinner, go for a run, take a shower, go jump in the pool, go to the beach, do something. Find something to do that makes you happy. So that's all I got today. It was just a little dose of my reality and inspiration. And I hope tomorrow this person on the help desk is nice to me. That would be fantastic. And I really hope that you share this with a friend, family member, or coworker. As I mentioned in the beginning, I always appreciate that. You are able to follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. And I always love when I hear from people, Melinda@melindavanfleet.com. And my other podcast is called The Good Karma Success Coach. So until next time, I hope you crush it in sales. Thanks for listening.